So, you're turning 67. First off, congratulations. You've officially hit what the government calls full retirement age. But here's something a lot of people miss. This isn't the finish line, not even close. Think of it as the starting pistol for some of the biggest, most important financial decisions you're ever going to make.
That's right. Hitting this age unlocks a whole new set of choices, and how you handle them can completely change what your retirement looks like. So today we're going to talk about how you can move from just letting retirement happen to you to actually designing the one you want.
Okay, so how do we do that? It really boils down to two incredibly powerful levers that you have control over right now. First, we're going to look at how to get the absolute biggest payout possible. Then, we'll talk about how to shield that money from taxes. And let me tell you, the real magic happens when you pull these two levers together. Let's get right into lever number one. I like to call this the self-funded pay raise. And the best part, the only thing it costs you is a little bit of patience. And it all starts with understanding how Social Security really works. So here's the baseline. At age 67, you are entitled to 100% of your Social Security benefit. That's what you've earned over your entire career. But, and this is a huge but, full benefit does not mean maximum benefit. They are not the same thing. Now take a look at this. This table shows you just how powerful your timing is. If you claim as early as possible at 62, you're only getting 70% of your benefit. And that's a permanent haircut, by the way. At 67, you get the full 100%. But look what happens if you just wait a little longer. Wait until age 70, and that number jumps to a whopping 124%. Let that number sink in for a second. 124%. By delaying just 3 years from 67 to 70, you lock in a monthly check that is 24% bigger for the rest of your life. That is a massive difference. So how does that happen? For every year you wait past 67, the government gives you an 8% raise. Think about that. Where else are you going to find a guaranteed, government-backed 8% return on your money? You're not going to find it in the stock market. This is probably the best deal in finance. All right, so lever one, delaying Social Security, is a no-brainer for getting a bigger check. But it begs the question, right? What am I supposed to live on in the meantime? Well, this is where lever two comes into play, and it's brilliant. We're going to take that income gap and turn it into a huge tax-saving opportunity by building what we call a low-tax bridge. See, here's a problem most retirees have no idea is coming for them. It's called the tax torpedo. Once you hit your mid-70s, the IRS forces you to start taking money out of your 401ks and IRAs. When that forced income hits at the same time as your now bigger Social Security check, boom, your tax rate can explode, pushing you into a much, much higher bracket. But check this out. This timeline shows you your golden window of opportunity. It's these gap years, right after you retire, but before you take Social Security, and before those RMDs start kicking in. For a few years, your taxable income is naturally very low. This is your sweet spot. This is when you make your move. And the strategy is actually pretty simple. You deliberately take out some money from your retirement accounts now, while you're in those super low 10% and 12% tax brackets. Think of it like this. Each year, you have an empty bucket that you can fill with income at a low tax rate. You just want to fill that bucket to the top, paying a tiny bit of tax today so you can avoid a massive tax flood later on. So why would you do that? It's simple. Every single dollar you strategically pull out now at a 12% rate is a dollar the IRS can't force you to pull out later at a 22%, 24%, or even higher rate. You are proactively shrinking that tax time bomb before it ever has a chance to go off. Okay, this is where it all clicks into place. These two levers aren't just separate ideas. They are designed to work together perfectly. Let's look at how this coordinated 1-2 punch really works. So, step one, by pulling lever one and delaying Social Security, you are keeping your taxable income on paper as low as it can possibly be. This one move is what creates the opening, the opportunity, to pull lever two. You see all this empty space here? The gap between your income and the top of that 12% tax bracket? That is your playground. That is valuable real estate in the tax code that most people let go to waste, but you're not going to. You use that empty space to execute lever two. You can take out money from your IRA to live on, or, even better, you can convert money from your traditional IRA into a Roth IRA. That means it's tax-free forever, and you're doing it all while paying these rock-bottom tax rates. And look, this isn't just theory. These are real numbers from real people.
One couple used this exact strategy and saved $35,000 in taxes over their lifetime. A single person did Roth conversions during their gap years and saved $36,000. That's real money that stays in your family's pocket.
So what's the big picture here? What's the main takeaway? It's that when you turn 67, you're standing at a fork in the road. You can take the default path, or you can take the designed path.
The default path is what most people do. They just kind of sleepwalk into retirement. They claim Social Security right away, and they don't touch their IRA. The result? A smaller check for life and that nasty tax torpedo waiting for them. The design path takes a little planning, but the result is a 24% bigger payout and way less tax. It's a no-brainer.
So here's your action plan, plain and simple. Lever 1, do everything you can to delay Social Security until age 70 to get that massive guaranteed pay raise. And lever 2, use those precious gap years to your advantage by intentionally pulling money out of your retirement accounts to fill up those low tax brackets.
And the potential here is just staggering. Now, obviously, everyone's situation is unique. But get this, one study found that for a particular couple, consistently using this strategy could cut their lifetime federal tax bill by about $400,000. I mean, wow, it just shows you how incredibly powerful this can be when you do it right.
In the end, this isn't really about numbers on a spreadsheet. It's about what that money means for your life. We're talking about savings that could easily top 6 figures. So the real question is, what would you do with it? More travel? Helping out your kids and grandkids? Or just the peace of mind that comes with true financial security? That's what designing your retirement is all about.